What does WWE really stand for? Does it stand for World Wrestling Entertainment? Or does it stand for We Right Evil? I was trying to think about some fancy term to be funny. Think about what I should transfer what WWE actually stands for. And that's what I came up with. See, the problem is that WWE these days, and I'm not talking about NXT. I haven't watched NXT, to be honest with you. I'm more of an AEW guy, as some of you may know. I would like to keep up with NXT, but I work a lot and I forget. That happens. But I don't even watch. I don't even watch the shows anymore, Raw or SmackDown. I keep up to date with it via social media, through YouTube, or through podcasters, or through WWE's on social media. And the problem is that I can just tell that the product is not good from their own social media. It's baffling to me of how bad this product has become, to where it's not so much anger anymore. And it used to be laughable. Now it's just to the point where you're like, how are you messing this up? Why? Where is your logic? And that is the problem. You can tell I'm not angry. I'm more disappointed. I'm disappointed because when we were growing up, WWE, for most of us, was our livelihood. It was what we watched. But now the product is just lazy. It's to the point where they have your money and they know it. They're making so much more money than they've ever made. During this, session here, they're making so much money. It's crazy how much money they're making. And that's a good thing for the product, right? It should be. Which should give more opportunities for them to better their show. But it doesn't. Because they know they're just going to keep making more money. It's not about your viewership anymore. It's not about that. They keep setting record lows, but it doesn't matter. In their eyes, it doesn't matter. And maybe it does matter to them, but as a viewer, you just don't feel like that they care. You feel like that they don't pay attention to their product and that it doesn't matter to them. All that matters is their money. And you get what did I tell you what's going to happen? I told you that the Street Profits were going to be drafted to SmackDown, and the New Day and the Street Profits were just going to swap the titles. Everyone was so pissed off about it. I wasn't, because you could see it coming from a mile away. It's so easy. You knew it was coming. And it baffled my mind that I was like, I can't believe I got that right. But it just goes to show how predictable the company has gotten. And the problem is that they're not interested in creating new stars, because I think they're afraid of what is going to happen if they create a new star. Look at John Cena. John Cena, he says that he's, still with the WWE. He's not done, and I don't think he's done. I'm sure he'll come back for, stuff here and there, which is great. I like John Cena. But he's so popular in Hollywood now that I think WWE realized that we can't let guys do this. We can't let them get more popular than the brand itself. And they're afraid of people leaving and doing everything. I think maybe that's why they're trying to take away people's Twitch, because like, you can't make money outside of the product. Not unless you have our say so. Not anymore. Like we're trying to take over everything because we don't want you to become bigger than the actual product itself. How crazy is that? That someone could actually make, you know, maybe become bigger than the company, that uh, um, their personality, their interests could become bigger for their careers of their own stock, um, just through Twitch. I mean, look at Paige. You know, Soraya. I apologize if I pronounced the name wrong, but look at her. She's doing, you know, big things with Twitch, and I love how she's staying, you know, strong. She's not like, you know, getting bullied by this company to make them take away her product, to make her close down her Twitch. She's like, that's not happening, because she knows, what are you gonna do with me? What am I here for? I was on WWE backstage. That's canceled. Why am I still here? You know, eventually, you know, and I don't want to see this happen, but I'm sure eventually maybe they'll just pull the plug on Paige and say, listen, we got nothing for you. It could happen, you know. Or, you know, maybe she says, I'm gonna get a call from AEW, and then they'll just bring her back to action. You know, look at Edge. Look at Edge. You know, Edge came back from retirement because he got a call from AEW. Daniel Bryan, they knew he was gonna, you know, go somewhere else, and they didn't want Daniel Bryan to go, so like, well, come back, I guess. You know, it's just, you know, those things, and it's just WWE just doesn't want to create new stars. I mean, I want to take a look at Lana, okay? And I understand people may not like Lana. They're like, oh, she can't wrestle. I'm sure she can wrestle, guys. You know, but it's just, is WWE giving her the opportunity to show what she can do? No, they're really not. You know, so on Raw, was I expecting Lana to win? Of course not. Of course I wasn't expecting Lana to win. But the problem here is that their their process, you could see it in their own product. They don't care. They just do not care. I think I said donut. They just don't care. They don't care. They just say, Lana, go out there and just tap. And I bet Lana right now, CJ, you know, is wishing that maybe she left with Miro. I'm just saying, you know, I don't want to speak for her. I don't want to do that. So I don't want this to go and, you know, CJ goes targeting me. I don't think that could happen. Who the fuck am I? You know? But, you know, if you're happy, CJ, Lana, but I just want to say that the product here is just, it shows that they just don't care about this match. And just Lana just keeps getting put through that table for what? Like, because Miro made one stupid comment on AEW? Really? How petty. And Vince McMahon needs to grow up. I know. How weird is that to say? Was he 76 years old? Something like that? You have to tell him to grow up? Stop being so freaking petty and be like, Vince, Miro said this like last month. Weeks ago. Get over it. Okay? I mean, for God's sakes, why are you trying to push your wrestlers away? That's what you're doing. You're not helping your product. You're making your product look worse. You're not helping anyone. And who's that supposed to make? Who's supposed to laugh at that? Vince? I guess Vince is laughing backstage. He's like, oh, teach them. And he's probably, and the worst part is that you got, you know, super fans of WWE that will say, that'll show her. Show her what? What did she do wrong? What did she do wrong? You know, you got fans that are just gonna be like, well, that'll show Miro. Show him what? That he was right to leave? You think AEW would do something like that? And you're gonna call me an AEW mark, it's fine. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I'm a big fan of the product. But they have trust in their fans. You know, their fans trust them to do the right thing. Look at what AEW has had to face. Look at what AEW's had to face through their first year of challenges. They had the speaking out movement, which they handled everything correctly. I liked Jimmy Havoc. Um, the Sammy Guevara made some stupid comment that came out it was 5 years ago or something like that, and they had to put him on hold for a little bit. And then there's obviously the situation that's going on right now. I don't know if there's words that I can't use due to YouTube's uh, thing. I can't think of the right word right now. I'm sorry. So I want to be cautious of what I'm saying. But look at everything that they've gone through within their first year. This is a terrible year for pro wrestling, but AEW has managed to survive. It's impressive, And when you think about it, yeah, is it their first year? And, they're only getting like 800 or 1,000 viewers, but they're beating WWE's NXT on a weekly basis still. And when you consider the fact that if NXT did move, AEW would probably get more viewerships and be in the millions. Well, in the 1 million, I would say, at least. Which, when you think about it, that's where Monday Night Raw is. So, that, again, this is just another reason why NXT and AEW should be on separate nights, And NXT should just think about it, but that's not what we're here to talk about. And it's just, Lana just keeps getting put through the table. What for? Where is this leading? The worst part is that or is Lana supposed to be the bad girl, the heel, or are we supposed to cheer for her? If she's a heel, well, you're writing this backwards because I'm actually cheering for Lana. I want her to get something in return because she's eating a lot of crap on a sticky piss sandwich. She's eating all of it and deserves a little something in return. That's my thing. It's like if she's supposed to be the heel, you're doing this wrong. I am rooting for her to get something in return, but nothing's gonna come because you don't get to get over unless the company wants you to get over. For example, Lana's husband, Miro. WWE never got him over. After his United States Championship run the first time, what did they do with Miro afterwards? You can't say Rusev Day because Miro got that over. The fans got that over. WWE didn't get that over. Miro did. He got it over on his own. He got it over with him and Aiden English, and the fans got it over. And WWE was just forced to, I guess we'll do something. Because they realized that, this thing's popular. But they never wanted Miro, really, to succeed. There was nothing for him, really, in that company, which is freaking sad. This guy is so great, whether he be a babyface or a heel, he's really good at what he does. And it's just a shame in one of those situations where the company just you're not in their plans. They've got no plans for you, buddy. But the fans love me. They want to see me succeed. Yeah, we know, but nothing for you. Okay, what do I do now then? Go wrestle. Go lose. Okay. Why? Well, because we need to bury you to make sure the fans don't want to cheer for you because you're a loser. If WWE was being honest to the wrestlers. That's a little steal from what culture? Sorry. And you just got, groups like Retribution. I thought Mustafa Ali going in there would have been a great thing. And then when Ali Davis, from Wrestle Talk, pointed out to me that, or not just me, but all of us, that it was a mid-card reveal. It was done in a mid-card segment. That doesn't spell good news. If it was really that important to WWE, they would have closed the show with that reveal. But it wasn't that important for them. And I'm like, no one's thinking about that. Wow. I'm like, this is true. If it was that important, if they thought it was going to be that big news, they Let me tell you something. Retribution sucked. And it could have been something when Mustafa Ali. The names they should change, but it could have been something with a new face leading the group and a new feeling to it. Mustafa Ali there. It felt more fresh and something could have been the start of something new and something great. But no, they false advertised Mustafa Ali explaining his actions because in a 3-hour show you can't find time for a 6-minute promo. Really? No, you're just lazy. That's what it is. You're lazy to think about what you can cut. You need to tell me something. I don't know if this was on the show, but this is just me going off. But you mean to tell me that some 24/7 thing segment is more important than having one of your biggest reveals? Okay, not one of the biggest reveals. Sorry, I'm starting to rant now. I don't want to rant. I don't want to get bubbled up and everything. I just want to get this off my chest. Tell the whole world really how I feel about WWE and their product. And they just had Mustafa Ali just get destroyed. Mustafa Ali and the Retribution get destroyed by the Fiend and the Hurt Business. Why? Why? Why do you do that? Why do you keep making things and want to raise it, but then you just drop your ball? 9 times out of 10, you just drop everything. You don't care. So if you don't care, why do we care? That is the question you should be asking. If the company doesn't care about their own talent and their booking, why should you? So, I say again, WWE stands for We Write Evil. And that's just the sad part, isn't it? That, you and me, we grew up watching this product. And, it took me a while to just realize that this isn't what I like anymore. They don't book the way that I would. It's a shame when people like you and me can book their own product better than they can. And we're not getting paid for this. So why do we do it? Because we want to have fun. We want to talk about how would you book this. And you think, oh man, that would be great. I'd love to see that. And then you see the payoff of WWE. And you're like, man, wow. I feel like I set myself up. For something big. Because I was expecting WWE to do something better. But they didn't. Because that's what's happened. As they've become bigger, they've become lazier. And that's just the sad fact, isn't it? When you've made it to the top, sometimes you don't feel the need to work as hard. And I can sympathize with Vince McMahon about how much he's had to deal with, this speaking out movement that came and the situation that's going on in the world right now. I can sympathize. But we're all dealing with the situation that's going on around the world. But he's got $1 billion company. He's got to do something with it. Gotta make more money, pal. Gotta make more money. Make more money? What? You need to make more money by taking away your wrestlers' Twitch and the cameos? Dude, that ain't right. Doing something wrong, man. You're doing something wrong with your product. Your viewerships are falling. And this just also pissed me off. Why is Otis acting like such an idiot? I mean, that's supposed to be his character. How do I get invested in that? Why does he... He's on SmackDown. Then he just comes to Raw. None of this matters. None of this matters. Then you're like, oh, who's this guy in the best? It's like... What? Why do people... What? I didn't watch the product, but, over on social media, they're just Are you supposed to be stupid? You don't know who is. So what does it matter? None of it matters, does it? This draft, it never mattered. Nothing matters, pretty much. You just do things to do things. There's no consistency, pretty much, with the product. And the only star is Roman Reigns. And that was when Roman came back. Roman has felt like the was in the Shield. And that's, maybe that's just my opinion, but, Roman, greatest he's ever looked since the days of the Shield. And he's a star. And you're excited to see what Roman you get that feeling with Monday Night Raw? Is there Did you get that way with the Fiend going to Raw? Really? I I used to feel that way about the Fiend. Do things. And it's to the point where no one's thinking, doing. They're not thinking about the future. They're thinking about, on Sunday they're like, oh, we gotta do something for Monday. Really? You didn't have that in mind? It's like, come on. This, your job is never ending. Especially when you're a writer. Your creative juices need to flow. Whether you're, and unfortunately, your and I don't envy the writers. It's just, it's a sad fact that the wrestling product that we watched isn't as exciting as it once was because it just doesn't feel as special. WWE just doesn't treat themselves as special anymore. They want to make it feel like they're special, but they don't book themselves like they're special. I mean, you can tell me I'm wrong. Say something in the comments. Say, sounds like they're special. I don't see that. They give lots of false. Just they do nothing. It's like Ollie Davis said. We just have to assume every person that gets called up from NXT that it's not going to go anywhere. But until that time, be prepared for disappointment. You can't have high hopes for anyone. The minute you get high hopes and want, you're going to be even more disappointed when it doesn't happen. Sorry. These are times like these I wish I had my own recording studio. But yeah, that's what it is, guys. WWE, we write evil. And I want I want to people just start using that. We write evil. Just it's why when I'm going, what's my main goal? Is it going to no? It's going to AEW. I'm thankful for AEW because they have a platform. My dream job is just being a pro wrestler. I don't And it's incredible for people who are aspiring wrestlers. Because WWE, are they the bigger product? Yes. But they've also been around much longer than AEW has. They have a longevity longer than AEW has. AEW will never catch up to WWE's longevity unless WWE goes out of business. But it's amazing what AEW has done in their first year. You know, what they've had to face and that they've survived. That's incredible. And so I'm thankful for a product out there like that. When you look at the backstage politicking and the booking of WWE, on screen, off screen, fans aren't stupid. They're able to read what, is being said out there about with Vince McMahon towards his talent. People read that stuff. Does WWE look like a good product to work for? 9 times out of 10, no. No, and I know they do good things like, uh, what is it? Donations. I can't think of words right now. Charity stuff. I said thank you. Thank you. Like someone told me it came to my own head. My brain. But they do good things like charity products and whatnot. That's great. That's really good. But when it comes to other stuff, it's lacking, man. It's lacking. And it's because they have your money. I say this all the time. They have your money. They don't need to write good stuff. Because the WWE Network is one of their greatest things that they have, but it's also their worst thing. Because they have your money. They don't have to go any further. They have your money. That's what they have. They don't need to write a bigger product. They don't need to make a better story. Because they've already won. They have your money. And they have your focus. Because they have their super fans that will just continue to watch. And they will never stop watching. Because they'll just support everything that goes on. Because they have their blinders on. WWE's always right. La 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 la. They don't see the truth that we see. And I don't like bashing WWE. I think people, if you were to talk to me, you probably would think that I like it. I don't. This is the product I grew up with. I want to see it succeed, but it's failing and it's not entertaining anymore. It's not the way it used to be. I mean, there's good weeks and bad weeks. Every show's gonna have that where it's good weeks and bad weeks. But what the problem is that WWE has so many bad weeks at times that you're just like, if everything just keeps getting bad and bad and bad, then what's the point of me watching? There's your question. What's your answer? Stop watching. Find something else to do with your time. WWE does not appreciate you putting your time in because think about this. Raw is 3 hours, right? What can you do with 3 hours of your life? Go to the gym, take a nice relaxing bath. Work was hard, take a nice relaxing bath. Go for a walk. Go, places are starting to open up a little bit. Go out to dinner with your girlfriend or something. There's so much you can do with 3 hours of your life, and WWE just doesn't appreciate you for doing what you do. You put in your time and your money, and it just doesn't feel like they appreciate you. So, this video was a lot longer than I wanted to do. When I start talking, I don't know. Shut up, so I apologize. But WWE, that's what it is. We write evil. And I don't think they want to do that. But they just don't learn, man. They don't learn from their mistakes. They just keep making the worse ones. That's your fault. Not you, the viewers. It's not your fault. It's WWE's fault. They let you down. They let me down. I just don't watch them anymore. I don't know when I'll ever watch them again. If I ever will. It just sucks. They've got so many talented people down there in their company. and I just don't think they appreciate what they have. So, anyways, guys, that's it for the end of this video. Make sure to comment down below about your thoughts on the product. What you feel. Or am I in the wrong? Am I overdoing it? We can have a nice discussion. We don't have to bash each other. We can have a nice conversation of our thoughts about, WWE product. And make sure to like this video. If you liked it, maybe I'll get dislikes from the hardcore WWE fans. And make sure to cough and drop that like button because there's definitely more to come in the future. Thanks, guys. Take care.